Hi, and welcome to Always Dolls.
Poppy, I'm here for the sleepover.
Yay!
Today we are crafting a version of Courtney Moore's bunk bed from American Girl's new bedroom set. We'd like to give a shout out to AG Sister Studios for requesting a bed tutorial and to Mark Abbott for suggesting a bed and bedding video. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to help our channel grow. This is a big yet rewarding project, so let's get making. Start by cutting a large rectangle of foam board for the bunk bed's back wall. Thick cardboard would also work. You may like to pause the screen here for our cut list. Referencing an image from Rainbow Unicorn Cat's One unboxing video, a link to her video will be in the description box. Draw similar geometric and zigzag shapes directly onto your foam board with pencil. When you have completed the pattern, go over the pencil with bright markers. We used hot pink, blue, teal, purple, and yellow. Alternatively, you could make your own design, but for me, this part of the crafting process was both fun and relaxing. To make the mirror, draw an 8 by 9 cm rectangle onto recycled paperboard. Sketch in the geometric shapes that peek out from the sides of the rectangle. It helped to use objects from the craft room to trace around. Carefully cut away these shapes so you have templates to trace onto coloured fun foam. For a reflective mirror, trace and cut another rectangle from specialty silver cardstock. Glue to the centre of the back wall. Adhere the fun foam shapes around it. It's like fitting a puzzle back together. Next, cut a foam board rectangle for the side wall. To match AG's two-tone colour design, split this panel in half with a diagonal line. We chose to use spray paint for this part of the craft. With scrap paper mask off the right side, we can now paint the light blue half. When dry, mask off the left side and paint the darker blue side. Repeat this process on the back side of the foam board. For extra detail, draw diagonal lines in pencil where you want the yellow and pink stripes to be. Again, mask off before spray painting. Cut 2 shelf pieces from thick foam board. Spray paint them a light pink. We thought these plastic table cover clips would make great shelf brackets. Paint 4 hot pink. To replicate the metal bunk bed frame, we are using wooden dowels from the hardware store. To connect them, we use 13mm barbed elbow joiners. Cut all the dowel pieces. First, make the side frame. Put hot glue on the end of your longer dowel rod and slide the tip into an elbow joiner. Attach the thicker horizontal poles. Next, hot glue the 4 thinner poles to the long dowel piece. Ours are spaced 3 cm apart. Close the frame up with your second longer dowel. Reinforce all the joints with extra hot glue. Make a second side frame and paint hot pink. Now we can attach the side wall. Make sure to glue the side with the 2 stripes facing up. Flip over, measure and mark 12 cm from the top of the side wall. This is where we want the inner shelf to sit. Use more hot glue and adhere the inner shelf. Put hot glue on the brackets as shown and secure into place under the shelf. Next, we want to position the outer shelf. Measure and mark 2.5 cm from the top of the side wall. Fix the shelf to the wall, checking there is a 1 cm gap on each side. Glue on the bracket pieces. Okay, we are ready to put the bed together. Match up the side wall to the back wall and mark in pencil where the vertical dowel of the side frame rests. This is our guide for where to put hot glue. Once the side frames are secure, hot glue the lower bed platform to the second horizontal bar. Follow with the top bed platform. This piece is secured to the 4th horizontal bar. Next, we want to glue on the top bunk rail. To give the dowel rods a subtle bend, soak in water for 24 hours. Put something heavy on top, in our case paving bricks, to coax the wood to bow in the centre. When the wood has completely dried out, spray paint hot pink. Attach the rails to the side frames with hot glue. Let's not forget the bed support rails. Flip the bunk bed over and hot glue the side to the side frame and foam board. Following this, mark partial holes in the sidewall as seen on screen for the coat hanger hooks. The hook itself is a 5cm piece of chopstick. Build up 2 drops of hot glue on each chopstick. This will keep the hangers separated. Squeeze a circle of hot glue onto non-stick paper. Place the chopstick in the middle. When cool, peel off the paper and paint hot pink. Hot glue into the wall, angled upward just like the AG version. Okay, let's make the rainbow bedding. Take a standard white pillowcase. Cut off the casing end. We want a rectangle around 55 by 45 centimeters. We have also cut a smaller rectangle of white felt. Here we have a multi-pack of colored ribbons from the dollar store. Measure, cut, then pin the ribbons horizontally to match the AG design. Stitch down each line of ribbon. We used a sewing machine, but this can be done with hand sewing. It will just take a lot longer. Cut down your teal pillowcase just like we did the white one. Separate the layers. We only need 1 per blanket. Fold over and hem the short side. Stack the fabric, white piece good side up, teal piece, then felt sheet. Sew around the edges, leaving a 1 cm seam allowance and a 10 cm gap at the top to turn the blanket out. Because we have a felt layer, we need to put a few tack stitches in place before turning so it will stay in place. After turning the fabric, use the end of a paintbrush to help get neat corners. Machine or hand sew the gap closed. To secure the felt properly, sew straight lines through all the fabric layers, similar to that seen in the American Girl bedding. Remove the tack stitches. Using the remaining fabric for Courtney's pillowcases, cut white and teal fabric rectangles that are 15 by 12 centimeters. When pinning the rainbow, use your blanket as a spacing guide so the arches line up with the blanket stripes. Sew around the edges, leaving a small gap to turn the pillow good side out. Stuff with batting, then sew the gap closed. We used the last teal pillowcase to make our mattresses. Cut them down to 30 centimeters wide by 48 centimeters long. Flip inside out, then sew around the edges, leaving a gap to turn. Fill with more batting, then sew the gap closed. It's optional, but to match the American Girl's feathered look, take a needle and thread and hand sew through the fabric and batting to make small indents. This is a small step, but it makes such a big difference to the overall bedding set. To finish, push the needle through the top layer. Pull the thread taut and cut. The short strings will disappear inside the mattress. Let's complete the bedding with the Pacman decorative cushion. On yellow felt, trace and cut out 2 circles. Ours are 9 centimeters in diameter. You will also need a 4 centimeter wide strip of yellow felt and another of black felt for Pacman's mouth. Fold your circle into quarters to find the center point. Cut away a slice. Stitch the short side of the yellow strip to the black strip. Now pin this extra long rectangle to your circle, making sure the black felt matches up with the open slice area. Hand or machine sew, leaving a 1/2 centimeter seam allowance. Next, match up and stitch the other circle piece to your rectangle strip. As you can see, we left a gap to turn the pillow and add batting. Now, tuck in the overhanging felt to close up Pacman's mouth. Then use a needle and thread to sew the cushion closed. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to Always Dolls for more miniature crafting fun.